Hello, Arkham Investigators! Back in May, we told you that those prolific podcasters Peter and Frank from Drawn to the Flame were magicking up some more organised play for our beloved Arkham Horror card game. They announced their second convention, Arkham in Flames 1.5, subtitled the UK Games Expo. This would be a huge event for 40,000 people, with plenty of games for those who hadn't yet discovered the magic of the Arkham LCG. There is a link in the description to that video, and maybe on screen if we are feeling technical. So let's revisit our top 10 reasons to attend.
That's 9 3/4 to you, mister.
This was very much a trial run, but with Asmodee's 3 organised play department heads for UK, Europe and global in attendance, everything went very smoothly, which is a good sign for future events, right? By very smoothly, we mean the scenarios didn't arrive and Frank and Pete had to run around the trade hall and buy them up in a rush. Our dynamic duo will be doing a write-up for the powers that be, so feel free to send them feedback and suggestions. Plus, you can do your part by talking about it online and sharing any social media content to keep the buzz going. Those Dunwich darlings gave up their entire event to run demo games, organise events and talk Arkham till the cows came home. They never left their post and were on hand throughout the entire event if people had questions, needed assistance or just wanted a chat. They truly were selfless heroes. On Friday afternoon, there was an intimate gathering of Arkham fans to take part in a live recording of the next Drawn to the Flame episode that had not one, but wait for it, 2 brand new cards spoiled from the unreleased In the Clutches of Chaos Mythos pack. And thanks to the delights of working only in audio, that episode, number 120, is already available for your listening pleasure. Not content with giving out spoilers, they also gave away some of their ultra-exclusive Arkham in Flames action trackers. You can check them out in our swag episode. And we were lucky enough to receive the last one.
Whoa, which we're totally putting on eBay.
What? No, we aren't. We'll be giving it away in a competition, or just giving it away because competitions sound like hard work. On Saturday, 35 people in 9 teams began their journey across Egypt playing the Eternal Slumber. Like the Gen Con experience, the results of the morning session impacted the Knights Usurper scenario that ran in the afternoon, where the players were whittled down to 26 participants. This was a well-organised experience that catered to people who wanted to plan out their teams in advance with other players, and those who just wanted to rock up on the day and sit down and play. Can you guess who the most popular investigators were? Zoe, Jim, and, wait for it, Wendy Adams. A good time was had by all, and there was free swag to give away. For every scenario you played, you got to pick something from the prize table. Much like the other FFG games there. We'll let Mr. Babyface himself explain.
Hi, this is the Arkham Organised Player Asmodees. We've got the cool token bags, we've got lots of play mats, and we've also got the 2017 Labyrinth of Lunacy play mats. We've got acrylic tokens, health and sanity. We've got deck boxes, and we've also got the special Arkham dice that are for Arkham 3rd edition. So essentially all of the Arkham Knight swag we've got to give out to attendees of this.
Did you catch all of that? No? Welcome to the world of FFG organised play, whose big events are held in massive aircraft hangar-sized concrete boxes packed with hundreds of gamers. With competitive card games, there isn't much talk between you and your opponent required. A cooperative card game, much like a role-playing game, is entirely different. You need to be constantly communicating with your teammates and reading out narration and card effects. Continually having to raise your voice, strain to hear and concentrate can be very fatiguing. Likewise, the poor ambient lighting can be taxing. But don't let these small problems put you off trying out organised play, particularly at small invocation events at your local store. On Sunday, 24 people turned up in 6 teams to survive as long as possible in the Depths of Yoth endless standalone mode. With all day to play, many groups were using the time to be cautious and play strategically, with the longest group staying 5 hours. The Arkham dice in the swag pile came in extremely handy for tracking your progress. The shortest depth was an acceptable 5. Most groups reached level 6, and there was 1 7 and an 8. Well done Leo, Carolyn, Jim and Jenny. And we hear there were plenty of awesome moments, including Preston reaching 92 resources. If you like your stats, then Frank has been tracking all the action in creepy levels of detail. Honestly, this guy needs help. You can find all the details in this public Google Doc. Link in the description if we remember. The least played class was Seeker, and not a single Rex or Daisy in sight. In some scenarios there were even more Lolas than Seekers. What can we say? The Clouverer is dead. There were 2 demo games of Arkham Horror the card game available every day on the Asmodan stand, and true to their word, Friday saw Arkham's favourite sons in the trenches teaching brand new players. There were also demo tables for Mansions of Madness and the 3rd edition board game, which Lita took for a spin. Collectively, the Arkham Files games outnumbered the new hotness, Star Wars Outer Rim. And the cool thing was, all the demo tables had information on where you could buy a copy of the game you just played. It's what the Victorians did before the invention of hyperlinks. It was great to see so many fans turn out to support the game and the podcast. Some even made custom t-shirts too. Everyone was really friendly and keen to help out those new to the game or to playing at a convention. If you only play solo, try and get to at least one event, just to see how different the game plays multiplayer. And as is tradition, we were blessed once again with a visit from Arkham's very own Queen of Cosplay. Who will she be this time? It was Jenny Barnes. Well, Frank and Peter really pulled out all the stops to make this Britain's truly largest tabletop gaming event with more than 26,000 unique attendees. See our show report for more about what else was going on, but if you were travelling with people who don't play the Arkham games, there was bound to be something else for them to do, including live comedy shows, role-playing games, mega games, playtesting, queuing, or pop next door for some celebrity-themed dangling from high places. And the food is insanely good. Ha! Insane, get it?
He's lost it.
This year there were more than 350 exhibitors from all over the world. There was plenty of Arkham product on sale, and the cool thing was a lot of it disappeared by the end, so maybe those demos did the trick. We did check everywhere, and we couldn't see any novellas, Dunwich Legacy, or Lost in Time and Space, or Investigators of Arkham sadly, and the only copy of Union and Disillusion was the one we brought with us, which Lita threatened to put in the bring and buy. Speaking of which,
Hold your horses, what's a bring and buy?
a bring and buy, for anyone unfamiliar, is a service where you can sell your old games and purchase second-hand ones. You book your games into a communal area at a price you choose for people to browse and purchase. If your game sells, you get the money minus a small commission which usually goes to charity. If your game doesn't sell, you take it home. We predicted we would see some Arkham Files games, and we did. We saw at least one card game core box at £10 below retail, great for picking up a second set of player and scenario cards. There were a couple of boxes of Elder Signs, some Eldritch Horror with expansions, without expansions, and expansions on their own. You know, we should probably learn to play Eldritch Horror, or at least maybe open up our sealed copy of Mansions of Madness. Speaking of which, as we thought, there were first and second editions of Mansions of Madness product, which you should totally buy just for the miniatures. But, ay caramba, look at that! A first edition copy for £180 English pounds. Hold your horses! For that price you get all the expansions, right? Nope! So the miniatures are probably painstakingly painted to a professional standard. Nope! This was just a bog standard used copy. Whoever submitted it at this price must have had a massive pair of... They did reduce it to £80, but that is still more than the cost of a brand new second edition. We found a Pandemic Reign of Cthulhu, an Invocation playmat, and even a copy of the Call of Cthulhu card game, one of our beloved games, Ancient Ancestors, which FFG is still recycling the art from. There was second edition Arkham Horror at bargain prices, and star of the show was a brand new and sealed copy of third edition with the pre-order deluxe rulebook. Well, what an event that was. If you went, then why not share your experiences? And if you're thinking of going to a future event and have questions, just reach out to Drawn to the Flame and ask. They will be happy to hear from you. Both the live episode and their thoughts on the event are available wherever Drawn to the Flame podcasts are downloaded. You can see them next at Arkham in Flames 1.75, subtitled Tabletop Scotland, which runs from Saturday 24th to Sunday 25th of August 2019 in Perth, Scotland, UK. Not the Australian one. That will be next year.